Welcome to English for Professional Mechanical Engineers. My name is Yiju. I'm so happy to have the chance to speak to you about practical presentation skills. And this is the 5th section. I will show you the outline of the whole unit, practical presentation skills. It covers 2 parts. One is presentation signpost expressions. It has been covered between the section 2 and 5. Right now, we are going to talk about the second part, how to handle questions in presentation. Just to repeat what I said earlier, this is the outline of presentation signpost expressions. It has 12 topics. Again, these materials are introduced in the previous videos between section 2 and 5. Today, we are moving on to the next part, handle question in presentation. After sharing signpost expression, we are ready to handle questions. You will see the outline of handling questions in presentation. It covers 7 points. In the first half of this part, shown on the left column of this slide, we are going to know 1. Pieces of advice. 2. Handling questions. Positive acknowledgement. 3. Neutral acknowledgement. These are the topics for this video too. Next, the items on the right column are the materials that we will learn in the next video. They are 4. Understood but difficult to answer. 5. Understood but irrelevant or impossible to answer in the time available. 6. Not understood. 7. Checking if your answer is sufficient. After explaining the structure of the whole unit, this is the outline of this video. Just to repeat what I said earlier, it has 3 points. They are 1. Pieces of advice. 2. Handling questions for positive acknowledgement. 3. Handling questions for neutral acknowledgement. So, are you ready for these topics? Okay, I will start with the first one. Topic number 1, pieces of advice. Presentation is tough, but handling questions in presentation is even tougher. Therefore, before starting this issue, I'm going to offer some pieces of advice before we are handling questions. 1. Be polite. It's always a good idea to be polite to the people around us. 2. Listen very carefully. Don't just want to answer the questions. It's more important to listen carefully. Listen carefully before you talk, and you may check their meanings or ask them to repeat questions before you start to answer. 3. Keep calm. It is not easy to keep calm at this moment, especially when you are not familiar with presentation skills. It is natural to be nervous when you are answering questions. You will think, it's so embarrassed if you cannot answer it well. You worry that you will fail the presentation by not answering well. And what will happen if I understand the question or I do not know the answer? Okay, keep calm. Take a deep breath. It's not the end of the world if you cannot answer the question at that moment. And don't worry, I will tell you some tips to handle this situation later in this unit. 4. Tell the truth, at least the most of the time. Try your best to tell the truth. It's fine that you don't know everything, and you could make mistakes. In addition, It's always the best policy to be honest. 5. Don't say anything you will regret later. Yes, don't say anything you will regret later. Actually, this is a tip for everyday life. And tip number 3, keep calm, can help you in this issue too. So, please remember that. 1. Be polite. 2. Listen very carefully. 3. Keep calm. 4. Tell the truth. 5. Don't say anything you will regret later. Next, I will talk about how handling questions for positive acknowledgement. After listening the question and you think it's a good one, and you are going to give a positive acknowledgement, you may say, "That's a good question," or "It's a good question." 2. Thanks for that question. Thanks for the question. 3. That's an interesting question, or "It's an interesting question." Next, probably you just want to let the people know you have heard their question. It doesn't matter if it's a good question or not. Then you may have neutral acknowledgement, like, yes, right? It means that the question is heard. Or you may say something further. Yes, I understand. Yes, I understand. Or you may say, yes, many people ask that question. Yes, many people ask that question. It's a polite way to tell the audience it's common that many people have the same question. That brings us to my last point about handling questions in presentation. In summary, we have talked the following topics. 1. Pieces of advice. Be polite. Listen very carefully. Keep calm. Tell the truth, at least in the most of the time. Don't say anything you will regret later. 2. Handling questions. How to give positive acknowledgement. 3. Neutral acknowledgement. How to give neutral acknowledgement. So finally, this is the end of the section. So much for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you have learned something useful from this lecture. Have a good time and see you in the next one. Goodbye.